Hey guys, welcome back. This is Izam, and in this video I'm going to show you how I paint this musically inclined bear. He's playing a banjo. I did this in watercolor on my iPad Pro. I use Tayasui Sketches Pro app. You can be using any kinds of iPad actually, provided you can run Tayasui Sketches Pro. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So let's start up Tayasui Sketches Pro app and then have a new canvas. And today we're going to use the second brush, the second watercolor brush. I'm going to press and hold here to bring up all these options. So what we have to do is set the opacity to the highest, and today I'm just going to use this size. I think size 60 will be good. I'm going to set the color to brown. It's already in the presets. So now let's begin by drawing something like this, a pear-shaped object. I'm pressing hard on the screen. Something like this. This shape. Fat bottom. Because a bear has a fat bottom. And that's it. Alright, so just color it in. Okay, make the color darker and something like this. Now do not press dry yet. Switch to the fine brush, the first one, and then I'm gonna zoom in. Alright, so to let you see what I'm gonna do, we're gonna draw the ears now. So let's draw over here. So I think I'm gonna use a bigger size brush now. I think about 20, and I'm just gonna paint in like that. Something like this. Just a small bump like that, and a small bump over here. I haven't dried the ink yet. I haven't dried the paint yet. So that's it. Now I'm gonna switch back to the second brush and just gonna color it in. Just try to blend the color in nicely. Otherwise it will look very patchy, and that's not very nice. So we've got the ears and we've got the body. It's great. So now we can let it dry. Alright then. So now we've got the ears. Let's paint. Let's try painting using the fine brush now. Select a pink color, something like this, and let's just paint in like that over there and one over here. I think we're done, and just dry. So far so good. Great. Now we're gonna draw the face. Alright, so to do that, let's have another layer. The good thing about having another layer is that you can always delete that layer if you need to, or you need to move around the face quite a bit. You make some changes to the facial expression, or you want to make some animations. So let's begin by choosing a black color. We're gonna draw the face. It's gonna be a very simple one. It's just like this. Eyes over there, and let it dry. The next one we're gonna do is the nose. So for this we need to pick a color. I'm gonna pick this color. It's just one step below white, and I'm gonna choose the second brush over here, and let's paint it something like this. I'm going to set the size a bit smaller, about 35. So as you can see, it's going to peak on top here and then a bigger base below, like that. I'm going to let it dry. Now I'm going to use the black ink, and I'm going to paint the tip of the nose. So the tip of the nose is going to be here. I'm gonna set the size a bit smaller, about 22, and it's going to be looking like this. It's like a rounded triangle pointing downwards like this, and let it dry. And then next thing, I'm going to draw the mouth. So for the mouth, I'm going to use this brush, the fine one, the first one, still on the same black color, and then just draw a hook like that. So starting up here, draw a hook here and that, like that. I should have used a smaller brush, so I'm going to undo, and let's try a smaller brush, something like this, and another one over here. I'm going to make it darker, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap in this line to make it darker and dry. So that's done. So now we have a smiley bear. We need to draw some very interesting details now, so we're going to use this brush, the second brush, and I'm going to choose pink. Again, the pink, right? I'm going to use this pink, and I'm going to set the opacity a bit lighter, about 70, and then make sure it's the second brush. I'm going to color in here, the rosy cheeks, somewhat to the side of the eyes but below the eyes, and let it dry. So that's the face. So now what we're going to do is we're going to draw the banjo. So have another layer, and then I'm going to choose an orange color so that it will contrast with the color of the bear's body. So this orange, set the opacity to the highest. I'm going to choose the second brush. I'm going to set the size to about 40, and I'm going to begin by drawing in the middle of the bear's body like this. It's going to be a rounded shape like this. So I'm just going to color it in, going to tap and make it darker. That's done. And the next thing I'm going to do is have something like this, a long rectangular shape, a long rod or long stick like this. This is the neck of the banjo, or if you want you can draw a guitar, that is fine too. Just going to tap and let it dry. The next thing I'm going to do is get a black color, something like this, and just going to color in here. Just going to tap. When you tap, it will become darker. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is set another color, maybe gray, and I'm going to have some knobs over here. Okay, and let it dry. So now I'm going to draw the strings. For the strings, I'm going to use this color. This is just one color below the white, and I'm going to set the brush to the first brush, and let's begin. I'm going to change the color to black. I forgot to draw this, the hole, as well as this, the bridge. Click dry. I'm going to use that same color again, the light color. I'm going to continue to draw the white to reach the bridge. Something like this. Okay, and let it dry. So now we're going to draw the arms of the bear. So the arms of the bear, it has to be above the banjo, so have another layer here. So now use the same brown color. I'm going to use this brush, and let's begin painting. So it's just going to be something like this. Something from the side. Just going to tap, make it darker, and that's it. Let it dry. I'm gonna have another one, another layer, because as you can see, you can actually see through. Okay, you can see the banjo through the color, the layer here. So just add some more paint. and let it dry. Okay, do the same thing with here. So for here, we're gonna have it something like this. I'm gonna tap again, and to make it darker. Alright, so I'm gonna use this water brush over here to spread the color out like that. Something like this. Okay, and let it dry. As you can see, you can still see through, so we're gonna add more paint. Just add more paint. I'm gonna tap and let it dry, and we're done. So now what we're gonna do is have some outline on the bears and the hands, but we're forgetting something. We forgot the legs. So for the legs, we can have another layer. Alright, so use this brush again, and let's paint the legs. Just a very simple shape like this. Okay, I'm just going to tap. Okay, and let it dry. Now add some details. For the details, let's use the first brush, the finer tip brush, and we're gonna use this color again. Alright, but I think let's choose a different color. Maybe this color will be good. This color is just below the light brown color. And let's begin. Let's begin by drawing an outline here, so that we can outline the arms, something like this, and just draw some claw from the bear, and we can draw an outline here and some claw like that. Okay, and let's draw some furry stuff over here. Paint it something like this. It's like curving inwards, like forming a circle. Alright, that's it, we're done. The next thing we're gonna do is have some shadow on the bear to make it more interesting, have some texture and details. So for the shadow, we have to have a darker brown. So what we can do is press and hold to bring up this option and drag the circle down to get a darker color, and just tap add. Use this second brush, and I'm going to set the opacity to about 70. I'm going to raise up the size to about 70 as well. And for shadow, it's usually over here at the bottom. Okay, something like this. And I'm going to do it for the arms as well, over there and over here and over here. I'm going to use the water brush to just pull out the color, spread it out over here and over here, over here. And now I think let's have another shadow over here. So I have changed the brush and just paint over here. Okay, and use the water brush and just pull the color out and let it dry. We didn't add any shadow or texture on the banjo. I think we should do that. So tap on the banjo layer and then use, I think we can use the same dark brown color and change the brush to the second brush. This time we have to change the size a bit smaller. Now let's begin. I think we can hide the arms and let's focus on the banjo. So let's paint. So let me see, where's the banjo? Okay, tap on the banjo layer and let's begin painting. It depends on what size you're using. Okay, I'm pressing hard because if I don't, it's going to be very thin like that. which I do not wish to have. Alright, so that is done, and I'm not going to tap. If I tap, it will become darker, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to choose the water brush, and I'm just going to drag the color outwards to let it blend nicely and let it dry. So the banjo is done, so I'm going to turn on the rest of the layers and the arms. I'm just going to have another layer. This will be the ground. I'm going to drag it to the bottom, and I'm going to use the second brush, set the opacity to about here, 50, set the size a bit bigger, about 100, and I'm just going to drag like that. Okay, I'm going to use the water brush to blend, pull out the color, something like this. Alright, and save. I mean, not save, but dry. And I'm going to have another layer for the title. I'm going to use this pen, the Indian ink pen, that's what I call it, and I'm going to write bear. Something like this. Alright, I hope you liked that video, and if you do give it a thumbs up, and do consider to subscribe, because the bear playing the banjo will love if you do that. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.